Yo, what's going on, Jets fans? Welcome into the Jets Report. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we're going to talk about the quarterback position for the New York Jets and why I believe the New York Jets will add a QB this offseason before the NFL draft. So that's coming up on today's show. But before we do so, if you guys want to help us out here at the Jets Report by hitting that subscribe button, we just crossed over 3,000 subs. So I appreciate all of you guys who have already hit that sub button. But we just need 405 more subscribers to reach 3,500 subs. So if you guys don't want to miss anything in a hectic offseason around your New York Jets, subscribe today, turn on those notifications, and just become a more informed Jets fan today. All right, so let's talk about the quarterback option that is most likely to be QB1 for the New York Jets, and that's Tyrod Taylor. And the biggest reason for that is he's already on the roster for $6.8 million in 2025. And let's just say the Jets scan the free agent market and they aren't a fan of any of the top names or any of the bridge quarterbacks out there. I think Tyrod has a great chance, considering also the Jets at pick number 7. You are probably going to have to trade up if you want to add the likes of Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. But I also do believe that they could be really targeting a quarterback hard in free agency because the backup option for New York, Jordan Travis. Now, I know a lot of you guys are fans of his game, but just the biggest question mark with him is, one, he is an undersized quarterback, and he also did not play at all during his rookie year, coming off that terrible knee injury. Maybe if the Jets do decide to roll out with Tyrod Taylor, then maybe they say, hey, Jordan Travis, second half of the year. If the season's not going well, then we will give you some real reps. But I also do believe that the Jets are going to add a quarterback when free agency starts in a couple months from now, and I think the number one reason why is it's their biggest need. Like, I understand you would like to get another defensive tackle next to Quinnen Williams. You need to address the tight end spot, but I still think quarterback is their biggest position of need on this roster because, in all of major sports, there is not a bigger needle mover than the quarterback position. Like we just saw, Jaden Daniels, he stepped in with the Washington Commanders, who in my opinion, the Jets have a better overall roster than the Commanders did last season, but you had that impact rookie quarterback. He led them to the NFC Championship. Now, if I think the Jets, strike gold in free agency, could they be in the AFC Championship game next year? Probably not, but no position in all sports moves the needle more than quarterback, and I promise you, the Jets front office, they know this, and I truly believe they're going to be attacking it hard. But maybe a quarterback target. What about little Kirk Cousins? Now, I think he is going to get cut by the Atlanta Falcons, and it's going to be a very similar situation to the Russell Wilson contract this past offseason where the Falcons are paying majority of his salary, and then he could go sign on a one-year, $2 million deal elsewhere. And if you guys also remember, before Cousins signed with the Minnesota Vikings, he had a lot of interest in the New York Jets. I thought he was heading to the New York Jets, but then he threw everybody a curveball and went to the Minnesota Vikings. And I can already see the comments. Oh, Kirk Cousins cooked. He's got nothing left in the tank, and yeah, if you look at the last 5 games of the season, I can't dispute that. I mean, the man had 9 interceptions, 1 touchdown, completing 63% of his passes. But it did come out recently that he was dealing with an elbow and shoulder injury that happened during the 9th game of the season. So the 5 games after is really when he started to struggle. So if you believe that Kirk was banged up for the second half of the year, and you maybe think, yeah, he will not be the guy that he was with the Minnesota Vikings, but what if he's the guy that was playing for the first 9 games of the with the Falcons, where they were leading the NFC South, they were in position to win that division, but maybe that injury just really threw him off his game. So I think it's the biggest need, and you're going to have to address it in free agency. And also, number 2, you got to keep the young stars happy because, the Jets are in an interesting spot where I don't think they can just throw away years right now and kind of take a reset on the books because you got 3 main guys, Sauce, Garrett Wilson, and Quinnen Williams. And Quinnen Williams, he had this tweet out there that he actually deleted. It was on the report that the Jets are going to be moving off Aaron Rodgers. Quinnen was not happy about this. He said, oh, another rebuild year for me, I guess, with the eyeball rolling emoji. I'm sure Quinnen's thinking to himself, I am in the prime of my career. I don't know how many more years I have left playing at this level of football. Do I want to waste a year with Tyrod Taylor, Jordan Travis as the quarterback 1 for the New York Jets? I don't think so. And I also think Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner are probably thinking the same thing. Now, both those guys, entering year 3 of their NFL career, so they are young, or entering year 4 of their NFL career, so they are younger than Quinnen is. But also, I'm sure these 3 guys would love for the Jets to swing big because I'm also sure they love Tyrod. But do they think Tyrod gives them the best chance to go on a playoff run this season? Absolutely not. So who could be a quarterback that could keep those 3 guys happy? What about Matthew Stafford? Now, the trade rumors around Stafford heading to the Giants are hot right now. And if I have honestly had to predict where Stafford will be playing next season, it's probably with the New York Giants. But what if the Giants don't want to give up that third pick, which apparently the Rams want, and the Jets say, hey, screw it, we'll give you the 7th pick in the draft. You give us Stafford, and maybe what if it's a situation where then Rodgers plays with the Los Angeles Rams? Cowherd threw that idea earlier on last week. But I think the young guys on the roster would be thrilled to have Stafford in this organization under center for the Jets. He won a Super Bowl in 2021, so 4 years ago. Still a very effective quarterback, and he was still a couple of throws away this year from potentially being in the Super Bowl. But you would have to give up probably the 7th pick, if not a future first and maybe a future third. So I'll ask you guys, what say you on this one? Would you trade for Matthew Stafford? Give me a T for trade or give me a P for pass. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Now, I think my third reason on why the Jets will add a quarterback in free agency and not wait till the NFL draft is because the other NFL free agents out there. Now, I just said quarterback is the biggest position in need on the roster, but you also want to go tack, the other cornerback spot if you lose DJ Reed, another defensive tackle next to Quinnen Williams. And the Jets, they could easily have $70 million to spend this year in free agency if they make Devontae Adams a post-June first cut and cut Allen Lazard. Just like that, you're up to $70 million. So how do you want to attract other players to come play for your team? You get a better name quarterback at that spot, because if it's Tyrod Taylor or other guys going to be like, yeah, we want to go play for the Jets, who have been a dysfunctional organization over the last 5 years, and we think Tyrod will lead them to success. I just don't think other NFL players are thinking that, and I wonder if that's in the Jets front office, like their thought process on this whole thing is, hey, if we go, let's just say it's Stafford at quarterback for the Jets, I am positive that other NFL free agents would have more intrigue in signing with New York over Tyrod Taylor being the starting quarterback. And also the potential, because I think if you do roll out Tyrod, and let's say if Tyrod, Jordan, Travis being your quarterback room, I do think it gives you a higher floor than most people would think, because Tyrod is just solid. But the problem is, we know where Tyrod is. He can get you to 7, 8 wins, but is he going and winning a playoff game? Considering how loaded the AFC is with like the Bengals, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen and the Bills, obviously Mahomes, Lamar, CJ Stroud, even Justin Herbert and the Chargers supposed to have a big offseason. They'll be there. Do you think Tyrod is really raising your ceiling too much? I don't think so. So you could take a flyer option on a guy like Justin Fields, who he's a polarizing guy. I mean, some fans here on YouTube think Fields could potentially be a top 10 quarterback. But if I was the Jets, I would take a flyer on him. I forget who it was yesterday connected the Jets. I think it was Albert Breer connected the Jets to Justin Fields. And listen, it's going to come down to him if he can win from the pocket, because he has all the athletic traits you would want in a mobile quarterback. And apparently Breer said the Jets do have interest in a mobile quarterback. And also you can keep Tyrod on the roster if it is Fields, because Tyrod, Fields, Jordan Travis all relatively play the same style at the quarterback position. But, I think if you got to talk about potential here with Fields, like what if Justin Fields has a Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, similar career arc here, where it's like, hey, the team that drafted him didn't support him, didn't put the best players around him or the best coaching staff. They fizzled out with the team that selected them in the NFL draft, but then they go to another organization who is more ready and equipped to handle a young quarterback. What if Fields ends up popping? What if Fields ends up being a top 12-ish quarterback? Now, do I think that's going to happen? Not necessarily, but what we've seen over the last couple of years in the NFL is that support system matters so much, and I think with the combination of 2 good running backs, Garrett Wilson, maybe then you go draft Tyler Warren at pick number 7, you would have a pretty good foundation around a young quarterback like Justin Fields. And also 5, let's just say you do roll with Tyrod and Jordan Travis. That puts a lot of pressure on the Jets to go land a quarterback in the NFL draft. And, if we're just being honest, you are not landing Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders if you don't trade up, because you're assuming the Giants, if they don't go and trade for Stafford, they're going to probably take a guy. Then the Raiders at pick number 6, maybe they don't take or maybe they pay Sam Darnold and they don't take a quarterback, but I think it's unlikely that both of them are in that situation. So it is not a lock that the Jets can land the QB of the future in the NFL draft. It'll be risky business to roll into the draft in late April with Tyrod and Jordan Travis as your QBs for the year. But maybe it's not trading up for a guy. Maybe you're just like saying, hey, we could target a guy day 2 of the NFL draft. Well, Rick Spielman, newest member of the Jets front office, showed a lot of love to this guy right here, Jaxon Dart. he has been flying up draft boards over the last couple of months here. I think he has an outside chance to be a first-round pick, maybe later in the first round. Maybe the Rams could get interested in him if they let Stafford walk and they say, hey, Dart, pick number 26 or whatever they have. Maybe they end up taking him. But watch out for Dart in the second round. Because, again, the Jets could still sign Fields and then draft Dart, but I don't know if you want to take all of your assets and, use those to bring in 2 quarterbacks when you already have Tyrod. It's going to be interesting. You could go down so many different avenues on who will be the Jets starting quarterback next season, but I'll ask you guys this to close out today's show. Who will be QB1 for the Jets next season? You guys let me know that name down below in the comments section. Also, a friendly reminder to hit that subscribe button and help us reach 3,500 subs here on the channel. We'll see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.